how The Simpsons predicted the Titanic submarine accident. So, if you're a fan of The Simpsons, or if you're just interested in the uncanny ability of the show to predict the future, then you'll definitely want to watch this video. Because today, we're going to be talking about how The Simpsons predicted the Titan submarine accident. The Simpsons is undoubtedly one of the most popular and influential television shows of all time. Since its debut on December 17, 1989, it has captivated audiences around the world with its unique blend of humor, satire, and social commentary. As you may know, on the 18th of June 2023, a submarine called the Titan, which was carrying 5 people, disappeared while on a mission to explore the wreckage of the Titanic. The Titan submersible was a privately owned submersible that was operated by Ocean Gate Expeditions. The search for the sub is still ongoing, but it's feared that the 5 people on board have died. Now, what does this have to do with The Simpsons? Well, it turns out that there's an episode of the show that bears a striking resemblance to the real-life accident. The episode, which is called Homer's Paternity Coot, aired in 2006. In it, Homer Simpson goes on an underwater expedition with his long-lost father, Mason Fairbanks, to find a lost ship called the Piso Mojado. The two of them get stuck in a coral reef and their oxygen supply starts to run low. The episode ends with the sub sinking to the bottom of the ocean. The similarities between the episode and the real-life accident are pretty uncanny. In both cases, a submarine carrying 5 people disappeared while on a mission to explore the wreckage of the Titanic. In both cases, the sub got stuck in a coral reef, and the oxygen supply started to run low. However, there are also some important differences between the two events. In the Simpsons episode, the submersible sinks because it runs out of oxygen. In the real-life accident, the Titan is believed to have sunk due to technical malfunction. And in the episode, the submersible is found, and the passengers are rescued. Fingers crossed, maybe in real life that'll happen too. The Simpsons writer Mike Reiss has debunked the claim that the episode predicted the real-life event. He said that the inspiration for the episode came from the 1995 movie Crimson Tide, not the Titanic. For example, the Simpsons episode writer Mike Reiss himself has traveled on a submersible to the Titanic wreckage. And the episode was even filmed in part of the same boat that was used to film the Titanic movie. However, some people believe that the similarities between the episode and the real-life event are too great to be a coincidence. They argue that The Simpsons has a history of predicting future events and that this is just another example of their uncanny ability. Let's now go through this particular episode named Homer's Paternity Coot in detail. The episode begins with Marge becoming enraged at a new toll road system that has been implemented in Springfield. She decides to protest by driving around the city without paying the tolls, which leads to her being arrested. While Marge is in jail, Homer receives a letter from a frozen mailman who was discovered in a glacier. The letter is from Homer's mother, Mona, and it reveals that she had a secret affair with another man named Mason Fairbanks. The letter also states that Fairbanks is Homer's biological father. Homer is shocked by this revelation, but he decides to track down Fairbanks and meet him in person. He finds Fairbanks, who is now a wealthy businessman, and they go on an expedition to find the lost ship, Piso Mojado. The expedition takes place in the North Atlantic Ocean, and Homer and Fairbanks use a submersible to explore the ocean floor. However, the sub runs out of oxygen and they're forced to evacuate. They're rescued by a passing ship, but the sub sinks to the bottom of the ocean. The episode ends with Homer and Fairbanks reconciling, and Homer finally accepting Fairbanks as his father. This featured several references to the Titanic, including the ship's name, its sinking, and its location in the North Atlantic Ocean. Also in this episode, several jokes about underwater exploration, including the dangers of running out of oxygen and the difficulty of communicating underwater, were cracked. You know The Simpsons, right? In short, we can say the episode Homer's Paternity Coot is a well-written and funny episode that also deals with some serious themes, such as identity and family. The episode is a reminder that The Simpsons is more than just a cartoon comedy. It's also a show that can be surprisingly thought-provoking. The Simpsons has also been credited with predicting a number of other future events, including the election of Donald Trump, the rise of ISIS, and the spread of COVID-19. Let's go through them also. In the 1993 episode of The Simpsons titled Marge in Chains, a fictional virus called the Osaka flu spreads from Japan to the United States. The virus causes people to cough up green mucus and eventually die. The episode aired 27 years before the COVID-19 pandemic began. Some people have claimed that The Simpsons predicted COVID-19 because of the similarities between the two viruses. Both viruses are respiratory illnesses that originated in Asia and spread to the United States. Both viruses cause people to cough and have flu-like symptoms. And both viruses have been deadly, with COVID-19 having killed millions of people worldwide. However, there are also some important differences between the two viruses. The Osaka flu was a fictional virus that was created by the Simpsons writers. COVID-19 is a real virus that has been scientifically studied. Now, about the next one, we can't wait to talk about it with you. In the Season 11 episode, Bart to the Future, which aired in 2000, a future version of Lisa Simpson is shown as the President of the United States. In one scene, she is meeting with her advisors and says, "As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump." This line was written long before Donald Trump announced his candidacy for president in 2015. At the time, Trump was a reality TV star and businessman, and he was not considered to be a serious contender for the presidency. However, he went on to win the election in 2016, making The Simpsons' prediction seem eerily accurate. Some people have argued that the writers of The Simpsons simply got lucky with their prediction. But there is a secret to it. Let's explore Al Jean's theory on how The Simpsons has been able to make such canny forecasts for the future. The law of truly large numbers. This is a statistical principle that states that with a large enough sample size, any event is likely to happen. In the case of The Simpsons, the show has been on the air for over 30 years and has produced over 700 episodes. This means that the writers have had plenty of time to come up with predictions, and some of them are bound to be correct. The writers' knowledge of current events. The writers of The Simpsons are very well informed about current events. They read the news, watch the news, and talk to people about what's going on in the world. This gives them a good understanding what's possible in the future, and it helps them to come up with realistic predictions. The writer's imagination. The writers of The Simpsons are also very creative. They're not afraid to think outside the box and come up with wild ideas. This sometimes leads them to make predictions that are more outlandish, but it also means that they're more likely to come up with predictions that are truly original. Al Jean has also said that the writers of The Simpsons sometimes make predictions that are deliberately vague so that they can be interpreted in different ways. This gives them more flexibility in the event that the prediction ends up coming true. Does that make any sense to you? Maybe it does. Sometimes we can predict it's going to be a tough exam the next day. Comment your thoughts on this matter down below. Only time will tell if The Simpsons actually predicted the Titan submersible's disappearance. But for now, the similarities between the episode and the real-life event are sure to keep people talking. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give a big thumbs up. Also, comment your thoughts down below, and maybe some future predictions as well. We'll be meeting you anytime soon. Till then, take care. Bye.